trust is such a strong and, as you said, from emotions in terms of gut feeling and in terms of overloaded and duality. I think most of us are agreeing that there is a two-way process which is there. And in terms of how do we really look at in terms of, on one side, I'm trying to empower, but on the other side, I have to see whether they are dependable, whether they are reliable. So if I just maybe I try to put a different thought in terms of all this. So one side we are saying we are looking at trying to trust our people, but on the again we are saying are they dependable? Are they reliable? Are they going to be performing? So if I just from a context of a organization, because we are all talking about performance. So if I look at the word performance versus trust, how does it really work out? Because I have to make my people, I am giving empowering them, certainly, but they have to deliver. Even if they don't deliver, the power, I mean the trust reduces because it's that I may start trusting them, but again it is something that I have to build up over a period of time. So if I look at a world, I mean environment, organization which is driven by performance, where we are looking at you have to perform, you have to do this, is it diluting trust? Does it really say that because it is finally my own I mean increments, my own promotion, everything gets affected. So do I really want to trust my people because my performance also is going to be evaluated? So how do I really look at these two words, performance and trust? Are they separate, or can I look at it, is performance more short term, trust is a long term? So how do I mean, I'm not sure if I'm able to put it, but that's something which is bothering me because if I say I'm trusting my team and if they don't perform, they are not delivering, they are not reliable. So my trust reduces. So maybe my thought, I'm just trying to put it. Maybe I can start from the reverse side so that we can.
Yeah, no, I think the two are correlated, and they are positively correlated. And there's this book by Liz Wiseman which talks about multipliers and diminishers in terms of leaders. And multipliers are those who trust their teams and they believe that everybody has it in them, and all you need to do is provide the right encouragement and the right environment and motivation. And that's the leader's job. The leader's job is not to get the best out of the leader himself or herself, but more to get the best out of the team. And diminishers, on the other hand, they feel that you know without them nothing can happen, so they don't trust anybody, and they will breathe down your neck. If you imagine and put that contextualize that to performance, I've always seen in my professional life people who've given me the empowerment, who've given me the space, allowed me to fail, supported me, and helped me learn, and help me shape my direction. And that doesn't mean you are being a soft boss. It means giving the right inputs and the right development inputs, but letting you play the game. Because I've seen managers and leaders in it, particularly this is very much an India thing. We love to jump into action. कुछ गड़बड़ हो रहा है, problem हो रहा है, maybe the team is maybe one goal down or something, let me get into the field. But the leader needs to act the coach and stay away and help the team face that situation. Otherwise, they'll never build confidence. So that's how a trusting environment is created, both ways. And I feel my best performance has come probably and during the most difficult times, the leaders who have given me the oxygen. And I equate oxygen, trust and oxygen as the same thing. Lack of trust is almost like carbon dioxide, right? You are undermining performance and people's ability to perform, whereas the leader's job is really to give oxygen and help people breathe and perform. So there is a very strong correlation between trust and performance. That's my experience.
No, I definitely agree with you. So there are two permission one should always ask for: permission to do or permission to fail. It's always good to have permission to fail. Then you do, and the team brings their natural self. And I always believe that performance and trust, everything links to success. So I will call success rather than a performance. If you see a success, I as a person believe in a success triangle. So it's like a three quadrant that you have. The top one is always the clarity. That's the job of a leader, that how do you provide that clarity to the team? Then only trust and performance will come. Second quadrant, I'll always say that it's about the capability. That's not that difficult. If you have a trust in your team, capability can be built. It can be built over some time and by a consistent effort by the team. And the last one is motivation, which is last, but that's very important. Other person needs to be motivated that, hey, I can do it. I can roll my sleeve. I can get into it. And I can do the things done. That's also very important. So it's about not just trusting, also motivating them that you go and do, get in your field, do the things what you want to do. We are here to support you. And I totally agree with him that uh, we always learn the tough lessons when we fail, and that's how we always try to avoid getting into those situations when we become the leader, because we have seen people doing those things, how we were treated when we did those mistakes. So that's the thing I always learned in my way, that when I did some error, when I committed certain mistake, then how I was treated. There are some good lessons I got over the period of that time, and there are some bad lessons as well. And that's how you develop, that's how you become a better individual and a person.
For me, performance, sir, is very transactional. Trust is, as somebody said, very, it's an intent, it's an emotion, it's an intent. It's more long term. High degree of trust in an organization will always surpass transactional performances. And having worked with mostly startups, I've seen that one of the biggest opposing forces of a startup is that they are so performance driven that the culture takes a backseat. And therefore, there are startups who do well, but startups who don't go beyond doing well to the second realm of success, as you mentioned. I think trust has to encompass a good performance, a bad performance, and appreciate intent. The intent will ensure that failures are also accommodated, learners are accommodated, people who show the learning opportunity or learning capability are accommodated. It's more accommodating. But only the prism of performance, if a manager has, he may succeed because yes, he's performance driven. But I think it will be more like a T20 versus a test match.
Yeah. In my view, like the five fingers are not same, right? Similarly, not everyone in the team has the same sort of capability. You need a right mix to be able to perform. And even the weakest person in your team and the strongest person in the team would have earned some sort of trust that will, result into the performance. So it is not, that the performance comes only because of trust or distrust, even if something has gone wrong. But if you as a leader are able to, step in and guide the team and help the team, if possible, correct it. If not, then also absorb it. I mean, that's where the trust, is automatically taken care of in delivering the performance. When there is that, burden is taken out from the mind of performance, that's what the trust is. When team, understands that the delivery has to happen and we are being trusted.
So I agree that the two words are definitely interconnected. In fact, I would say it's like the cause and effect. You trust somebody to deliver, trust some your team to perform. The effect is the output which you measure, and that's performance. That's how you measure it. And a good leader is one who can create a two-way trust, like I said earlier, where yes, you will not always succeed despite best efforts. Once in a while, you will fail. Good leader's job is to still encourage his team, appreciate the hard work they put in. Yeah, once in a while you will still fail with your best effort. Performance may not be accurate or an accurate reflection, but you still need to trust your team and tell them, never mind, you'll do better next time. So that's how you will create a